It's gorgeous. We don't have the skiing. We're the high desert. It's a little bit of a drive if you're wanting to ski, but we have the best weather in all of Colorado. I kind of think of it as the banana belt, if you will, of Colorado. It's our summers are pretty warm. Our winters are pretty mild. So we're blessed with that. And the people in this town, this is a hardworking blue-collar town that takes ownership of everything that they have in this town. And the Pueblo Bulls are no exception. And when they came to town, Tristan and I started talking, how do we get involved? How do we help propagate hockey in this community and get people excited and involved? And that's where the network and the podcast started from.
And Tristan, you're a football guy, right? And you get into this rink for the first time. You see what's going to be, hopefully, the most raucous environment in the country. I'm hoping they prove me right here. I want to be impressed by the raucousness in this building tonight. Talk to me about what was the moment you knew I'm Pueblo Bulls through and through.
Yeah, grew up big high school football town here in Pueblo. There's a lot of rivalry games, fighting for a lot of big-time trophies. You elevate that and you go to CSU Pueblo, the college here in town, Title Town. 2014, they win a national championship. That's where I fell in love with talking about sports. Get to go to a national championship with the team. It's once in a lifetime, Dan. Yeah. Then I hear from Mario, we're going to do this for hockey. I didn't even know a blue line different from a penalty box, and I'm asking Mario questions like a fifth grader. And he goes, no, we're going to talk about this for the rest of your lives. Until you're buried underneath the ice rink, we're going to talk Pueblo Bulls hockey. And so we put the thing together, start out with the Around the Horns podcast 3 years ago. When the team comes to town, we're doing it out of people's basements. We're doing it in backyards. We're getting kicked off of patios here in town because people didn't respect it yet. Now we've got people asking us, can you bring the podcast to us? Can you bring another show? So we started the network. We've got other ways to promote the players. The best part about Pueblo Bulls hockey is the fans, and we want to give the fans more of what they love, and that's Pueblo Bulls hockey. And we love what you guys are doing here. What we've got tonight, we're going to have picks a little later in the show. Dan K, a little Lee Corso style, likes to go on a road and make some picks. Will he pick the Idaho Falls Spud Kings? Oh, my gosh. I just got a glimpse here. Lucas, why don't you trade places with our guest that's coming on right now? Let's bring him out, the best dressed man on the planet. Jerry Wilhite, the owner extraordinaire of this Pueblo Bulls team. Let's hear it for Jerry. I want to hear a round of applause for everything that Jerry does for this community, for this organization, for this rink. And let's congratulate the Pueblo Bulls for owning this building back here, for owning what is the most beautiful rink on the planet and the only rink that is convex in its ceiling. I will promise you that. Put that hat on. Are we putting, you got to put, oh, you're going to go on top of the mic? You can bounce it. That probably hurts a little bit. Is that a 10-gallon hat or is that more of a 5?
How did you get in my closet, Jerry?
It is my Kenny Chesney cowboy hat I got at the Pueblo, the State Fair in Pueblo that we have here and we own here in Pueblo.
Now explain to me, this is something us folks in the East Coast don't know very well. The center of the dress shirt there, you got a little something special. Talk to me about what that is, because us Jersey folks, no clue. You could be the sheriff.
This is a bull. This is a bull, and this is a bull.
That is, come on. This is, so for folks that are just learning the Dan K Show for the first time, my closet is a bit of an issue, okay? I've got 10,000 suits at this point. I think when I looked at my tax returns last year, most of the money back was on suit purchases. I walk around, I was worried about being so close to the PBR building because I thought they were going to hire me as a rodeo clown on the way into the building. They were going to take me, put me in a bucket. Jerry, I got to ask you, this community, you take a chance on Pueblo Bulls hockey. We're going to talk about the NCDC jump coming up next year in a little bit. What made you put your money where your mouth is and take control here in Pueblo with your incredible team, your incredible crew, and really grow hockey in the Pueblo community?
Well, Dan, I pinch myself every day. We're so lucky that we're here and the support we get from the community. The community here in Pueblo from the day we came into town. Actually, before we even got into town, our first meeting with the city council, vote 7-0 that we could come here and have a team. We just voted on the rink 7-0 that we could be here and support and manage the rink. So, and the support we get, you'll see it tonight, man. This place will be hopping with people. Our fan base is unbelievable. This weekend is going to be a special weekend. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you for making the trek to come here. This is my Don Cherry look. I did that on your behalf. I want to tell you that's the only reason I wanted. I don't do interviews, as these guys will tell you. I don't do them. I get credit. I don't do the work. Our 4 staff members and everybody that works with them, they're phenomenal. They are phenomenal people that work hard every day, and our community is unbelievable. This is a hotbed for hockey. The youth program's growing. I'm hoping to have 16 youth teams like I had in LA at one point, and my goal and my job here is to do everything I can to make sure that's packed for the fellas that work their tail ends off each and every day in practice. And I told them when I met with them, meet with them twice a year at the banquet at the end, and I met with them and I said, my job is to make sure I do everything I can as an owner. And I say I'm the owner. My wife's sitting out here. She's really the owner. As you guys know that I get to do the talking, but reality is that we're just fortunate. Been fortunate. I had an opportunity to put a junior team in Colorado Springs 10 years ago. I was part of a committee. I chose not to. And the reason I did was you have Air Force there, you have CC there, you've got Denver an hour away. My sons played in a town in Texas that wasn't a hockey hotbed, yet they played an NHL game there this last year.
Yep.
And Pueblo was the place for us. And I can't tell you how proud and pleased I am with this community and what they've done. And I know our kids give back. We gave back 2,000 hours of community service last year. And that's as important to me as the wins and losses. That's what makes me smile and gets me going, and seeing the young kids that are in the program and wearing their Bulls jerseys with pride. It's an awesome deal.
You speak about pride, Jerry. We're proud to be working with the Pueblo Bulls, and when we heard about everything you were doing, it's hard to picture it, right? We're guys from the East Coast, and as anybody who knows the East Coast, everything after the Mississippi River, we're not sure what it is or what time zone it's in. So when you get out here, you see the incredible people. We walked around the town, drinking out of a schooner, eating ourselves a little bit of a slopper.
A slopper.
And if you told me a slopper in New Jersey, I don't know. I would have been sitting out there thinking Tony Soprano's coming after me. Okay. So, but we get out here and we see this community. We see the love. We see everybody here coming together to root on their Bulls. And I'm telling you what, I heard baked potatoes on the menu tonight.
Well, tonight we have Taste of Pueblo, and we do have Philly. We have Philly, Taste of Philly in today and tomorrow night, and then we'll have a new restaurant in, and we're going to do 9 of those as the year goes on, and maybe pick some items from their menu to have here full time going forward. So
you're doing incredible work here, Jerry. For everybody here, you don't understand what has to go on behind the scenes to operate a junior hockey team. My favorite thing we do, this is now we're going to be in 36 different states this year in the U.S. covering junior hockey, right? And on this trip, we're going from here back to Florida to help out folks in Fort Myers who are dealing with hurricane struggles. 2 of our teams right now, many lost homes. We're going to go feed kids there. Then we're up to Maine. Then we're in Jersey. Then we're in Boston. Then we're in Connecticut. We get to see the country. But you're never in a big city in junior hockey. You're in towns.
Yeah.
You're in cities like Pueblo. You're in places where people care, where they work hard each and every day for every single dollar on the plate there, right? And when you get a chance to come in and watch a hard-nosed team like this that's going to reflect your community with 2 guys that love it, with a guy who, I'll tell you what, this is, doggone it, this is a great look right there. I'll tell you that much. You look, it's like foghorn leghorn. That's what I'm saying. And I love it. It's incredible. I love this feeling. I love this vibe. I'll let you get back to work as 2 guys who drove from Jersey out here just to eat some Philly cheesesteaks. I am excited to see what you got in store for us tonight.
Well, Dan, thanks for having me, and thanks for being here, and hopefully the rest of the country will see what we have here at Pueblo and what they can look forward to years to come at the NCDC level.
It's going to be an easy sell.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jerry Wilhite, your owner of the Pueblo Bulls, joining us here. And we bring back in Lucas Jones, guys. And you guys, you're very similar to Lucas and I, right? The 2 guys who decided to, I heard the whistle, and honestly, I second that whistle, okay? And it's you have an owner that looks like that, dapper, looking good. Talk to me about how fun is this organization having people like Jerry Wilhite at the top that care so much? I got to imagine it's incredible to work for this group.
Yeah, I think when you look around the ice arena any night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't matter. The pace is packed packed with fans, but every seat you look at, operator on the scoreboard, guys running the lights up in the booth, camera guys, sound guys, even the people in the beer garden, every single person in this arena bleeds Pueblo Bulls hockey, and that's why they're here. They probably work an 8 to 5. Maybe they work overnight. Dan, they wake up, they shower. Maybe if we're lucky, we get a shower out of some of these guys, and then they show up to make sure that the Pueblo Bulls put on the best performance for this community. But who doesn't love the first seat? You're sitting there serving beers. You bet you're a little slower when you look up and you hear that air horn go off.
We met the guys in the beer tent. They gave us a man paw, was it, Lucas?
A man paw, black cherry.
A man paw. We had a man paw. It was delicious. Lucas, describe a man paw for the folks at home.
It was basically what you wish other inferior seltzers would taste
Very
like.
inferior non-Pueblo seltzers.
Non-Pueblo seltzers. I mean, I think one of the things that's floored me about everything that we've done, we've only been here for about maybe close to 30 or 40 hours at this point, but everything that we've seen, everything we've done has been either, experiencing the Riverwalk, which is absolutely gorgeous, trying some of the local food, some of the local seltzers and beers. Everything's made here. Right, there's so much in this community. The best sugar cookie we've ever had in the entire world.
Pumpkin
we just had
sugar
earlier.
cookie was
Wild.
Come on.
Yeah, wildly good.
one of the perks.
And that's I think the best part about this is you come play hockey in a place where the whole community surrounds you, right? And you don't get that everywhere. That is a very, very special thing to a select few places, and this is obviously one.
Obviously, one we want to we as we get closer to making picks. Okay, there are some props around us for the pick time of this. Is Dan Kay going to pick the Idaho Falls Spud Kings? A mistake he made when he was in Richmond, Virginia, and picked against the Richmond Generals and was doused with beer as he headed to the ice for the post game. It was, I will tell you, cold, and it was a very, very unforgiving rain of booze as I walked down to the ice for the Richmond win. Will that happen today? I give everyone the permission, if I do pick against the Pueblo Bulls today, to pour your beers on me. You are allowed.
And there's a lot of them, so that's a bold.
We'll see who I pick. We're not there yet. But guys, let's talk about this a little special ceremony during the game tonight here. Benny St. Ange, and this is one of our favorite players to cover. St. Ange is absolutely, I believe I used to say, très magnificent. You say incroyable, St. Ange. Talk about Benny.
When we go back to your earlier question about Pueblo and the fans and hockey here in this community, I think you have to hang a lot of that on Benny as well.
Yeah.
Bringing the product of his level of play in Pueblo, Colorado that we've never seen here before goes a long way. Created a huge fan base, a huge buzz when he got here. At the end of that first season, it was unbelievable. And I think that, there's some hyperbole when you talk about things like legend and, greats. But in our very young history of 4 years, in Pueblo Bulls history, he truly is a legend. Yeah. He has performed remarkably on the ice. And, Tristan and I have had the good fortune of being able to spend time with him off the ice as well. And you cannot ask for a better young man, I think that his teammates would tell you, a great captain, a great teammate, a great person in the community, someone that's giving of himself, even on the ice. I mean, he's a finisher, right? He's scoring goals, but he made the rest of his team look good too. He made sure that they were in position, to get the accolades as well. And you just can't say enough about Benny. I know we're all missing him. It was bittersweet the end of last season to, during that playoff, having him on as the first star of the night at the end there for last home game in front of those fans, and just how pumped everyone was. I mean, I was about ready to roll a tear or two because I was just so proud of him and to know that was ending. But to be able to now recognize him and let the fans really show their love for him is just tremendous. It's awesome.
Yeah, and you look at it, this organization's going to the National Collegiate Development Conference next year. And for those of us getting used to this whole hockey world in Pueblo, Colorado, we might be asking ourselves, what is this NCDC thing? As I'm being attacked by a fly from Colorado. Okay, I'm back to it. Professionalism personified by this guy right now. But you look at the NCDC, it's Tier 2 hockey. So what that means is right now we're playing Tier 3 hockey here in the Premier. The USPHL Premier, 70-plus teams nationwide, Seattle to San Diego, Southern Florida up to Maine. That's the entire continental U.S. I'm bad at geography, but I got that one right.
Nailed it.
And you look at the NCDC, though, this is an organization that is operated just out of the Northeast. This expansion into the mountain region is going to change the game in junior hockey. Tier 2 means it is free to play for players. So you are bringing guys in, and they are as professional outside of getting a paycheck. Everything is paid for. The only thing they're not getting is that paycheck, right? But when you talk about bringing that product, that NCDC level product, that Division I oriented, NHL oriented product. Let's put it this way. We just had an interview with Drew O'Connor a few weeks ago. We bumped Sidney Crosby off an interview to get to Drew O'Connor with the Pittsburgh Penguins, who played in the NCDC for the Boston Junior Bruins. You're talking about a brand of athlete that these guys are going to become. These are the guys that are working to get to the NCDC level, right? And now you get a chance to bring those folks in to this building in front of these raucous fans with all the cowbells going. Tristan, how excited are you?
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited for the level of play that's going to be taking place here every single night. Dan, Mario and I talk about it. Some of the guys, the graduates of the NCDC.
The flies after you now.
You brought it over. I don't have the Jersey toughness in me. I'm ready to
I don't have Jersey toughness in me
bob and
either.
weave a little bit. Pumped beyond belief for the level of talent here. But to Mario's point earlier, the sadness that kind of overcomes the fans when you have a player come in on only a one-year deal and maybe they age out of that junior division. They can really develop these players for 2 or 3 years. Some of the guys that are returning for their second year are ready for NCDC next year. They could easily jump back on and play another 2 years. You talk about 4 years in Pueblo. You make this place your home. They welcome you, and you get to cheer them on for 2 or 3 or 4 years. Not only are you seeing some of the best hockey in the world, but you're seeing some of the best people. Now, I've never had the fly problem here, Dan. I think
it's got to be me. I'm
not going to blame it on the dinosaur
It might
tie.
be the potatoes that are hiding around here. But Lucas, you've been quiet this whole time. It is time for the picks. I'm going to let you take control of this segment. Who is going to win tonight and why? Lucas, take it away until it gets to me.
Well, with this Pueblo team is a team that we've obviously been watching the last couple of years, right? And I think what we've seen so far has been extraordinarily encouraging. It looks like a fantastic squad. I've heard some great things about some of these players as well. Just got off the phone with another coach, I won't mention who, said, watch out for Braden Deck, the defenseman number 6 on the left side. He said, watch out for this kid. He's going to be impacted as soon as he hits the ice, and he is going to be a game changer. With all that said and done, I'm not going to sit here and tell a home crowd that their team's not going to win.
You're afraid.
I am terrified. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be an enemy. Look, he gave me the seltzer before.
He gave us a seltzer.
And he's now making threatening gestures towards me.
He was trying to buy you off with the seltzer to make sure you made the right pick.
Look, I'm gonna go Pueblo Bulls here. I think this team is primed to win. You do not want to disappoint the fans on opening night. You don't want to sell out this building. Rally towels on every single seat.
Every single seat. I placed some of them.
You don't want to come in here and disappoint those fans. I think the Bulls are going to take this one.
Lucas, who do you want next? Going to Mario?
Yeah.
Mario, who you got tonight? Order here. Would you like to get fired from your position?
No, listen, you guys talked about the NCDC next year and talked about the high level of play, and I'm going to tell you right now, for 3 seasons leading into this 4th season, we've had tremendous play from our players. We've played at a high level. This is no exception. Our team, our general managers, our coaches have brought in the highest talent out there, the very best. I'm confident in their abilities. I'm confident in what we've got coming up this season. The excitement level is high. These guys are hungry. And so it's a no-brainer. It's Pueblo Bulls and Pueblo Bulls big.
Tristan, who do you got?
I'm going to give you a little bit of background as to why I'm going Pueblo tonight. Obviously going Pueblo, but kind of a miracle that takes place every opening night for the Pueblo Bulls. You talk about a high level of play. Pueblo's also got a pretty good feeder system. So a couple of years ago, local kid, Casey McMenamin, comes on the ice, puts up 2 big goals in the home opener, instrumental to taking home that win. Give me number 3 in the clutch tonight. Lucas Garriente, a Pueblo kid through and through, getting the big start tonight, showing out in front of the home crowd. I'm taking Pueblo big over the pre-fries.
Garriente with a goal, you hear it here. Dan K, would he wear a crazy suit? Lucas shutting off my audio right as I go to talk. Thank you, Lucas. Classic Dan K show. Would Dan K go to Pueblo, Colorado, drive across the land to pick the Spud Kings? Would he do it? What do we think about potatoes here in Pueblo? What do we think about potatoes? Well, you know what I think? I'm against the monarchy. This Pueblo town will not be run by a bunch of Spud overlords. Pueblo Bulls by a lot, and the Pueblo Bulls will smash the potatoes. I'm the Spud King. I'm the Potato King. Give me, is this a tiara? I know
Lucas,
it was short notice. I said
no.
a crown. I said, get me a crown.
Dan,
I'm the Spud King.
Dan,
Put it on. Give me that.
I got something better for you, Dan.
Potato for
Here
a
we go.
lucky fan. Take a potato. We're putting on the helmet. Pueblo by a zillion.
There we go. That's better.
How does he look in the Pueblo Bull? Dan K, Lucas, I am so grateful you guys had us on here tonight. Check out the Dan K Show all year for the best updates, USPHL. Check out Mario and I on the Around the Horns Network, bringing you all your favorite Pueblo Bulls info. Big Bulls win tonight. Thanks again, Dan K, Lucas. Let's go get them, Pueblo, show them what we're made of.